Good evening, everyone. Welcome to IQI Canada Evening Talk. Tech Talk is our topic for every Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Yousaf Iqbal, Countryhead, Juwai IQI Canada, and it's always a pleasure to have Nowrid with us. Now, a little bit about Nowrid. Nowrid is our digital marketing manager at Juwai IQI. He's also a TED speaker, the top 100 marketers in Malaysia, and it's always so a great pleasure talking to Norris. So, uh, how are you doing, Norris? And welcome to the show.
So where I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. First of all, I think Happy New Year to everyone. And I was watching TikTok last few episode. It was fantastic. I think the people who are watching TikTok, they're getting something out of this session. And every session, it brings some new information about technology. So let's see what we have today into the table.
Yes, thank you so much, Norris. Happy New Year. And you know what? When you talk about the Tech Talk idea when he came in, and I shared with Norid. So the good thing is that Norid, with his experience, he said, "All right, Yusuf, let's do it. What do you have in mind? Let's plan it up." And all the talks which we've had have been really, really good. We've been getting a very good response as well. It's very, little story which I always want to share with our viewers is that 4 years ago, all of a sudden, I was at the KL office. It was around January this time, and I was looking at some of my Facebook posts. And, I walked into the office, and Kashif said, "Here you go, Yusuf. I'm going to call Norid. You're going to go for your Facebook live talk. First Facebook live talk." And I was like, "Are you serious? What am I supposed to do?" But also, so Norid said, "You know what? Yusuf, don't worry about it. It's very natural. Let's do a natural talk on it." And I was like, okay, no, it's easy for you, looks like on that. But you know what? I love that thing. Thank you so much for that. And, I've been with my team, Fizza and Simran. One day I told them the same thing. I said, you guys are going to go and do live, in next 1 hour. They said, what? How are we going to do that? I said, that's how I learned. That's how you guys are going to learn. So thank you for that.
Exactly. So by that shows that how important technology is and how powerful technology is. We don't want to use it just because we are not comfortable with the
That's
technology,
right.
but once we get in, we understand we should not let it go and we should use it as much as we can. I'm very glad that you accepted it, and that's how you bring with alongside with the team IQI Canada to a great stage, and we know like it will go further and further.
Thank you, thank you. And you know what? Doing this Facebook live shows has also taught a lot to our teams. A lot of our team in the East End, they've never done a Facebook live till last year when they started it. Now they're so comfortable. They're coming up with some new ideas. They're actually going to the properties, hosting some of the events at the properties, doing developers shows and events like that. And they're doing these talks with business partners among themselves, among society, upon they're about talking about technology. So many things which we learned about technology. And of course, when we talk about technology and we are starting in 2022, Norit, you being into digital marketing, the first question I want to ask you is that what platforms we should watch in 2022?
So, Yusubai, like, let me tell a little bit how can the technology affect in 2022 from my perspective, and then I'll let you know the platform. So, you see, the way technology is evolving, especially last year, we saw the announcement of Meta by Facebook that
Yes.
suddenly changed the whole direction and the way people are thinking, right? And then we saw the Microsoft doing the same thing,
Yeah.
Google also planning to do the same thing. There's an involvement of Tesla. So if you see, all the big brands are suddenly looking at the metaverse or this
Yes.
kind of technology. So certainly Meta will play a vital role in 2022, but for sure it will not probably come into life in 2022. It will take few more years because it's all about like fine tuning the ideas. But the concept is here, and I believe within next 2 to 3 years we can see a huge improvement in Meta. Yeah, I don't get very excited about the virtual communication, but if you see the generation
Yeah.
who are like younger, certainly I can see they're going to live their life in Meta. So now who we are complaining that my kids is not listening to me while I'm eating, or they're playing with the phone, and we get disturbed. But I'm telling you, probably after a year, 2 years, they're going to live in Meta for a month, and we're not going to see them for a month. So So the technology is going towards that direction. And the question you ask is by the platform we should watch. That's a very tricky question. So first of all, if I tell you, a lot of people makes complaint about Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people said they have seen their best times, but I still think Facebook and Instagram should be one of the top platform for any kind of business. You
Okay.
talk about real estate, you talk about selling a car, Facebook will be there. And the reason is this, if you see the user age bracket is changing. So it
Yeah.
was previously probably 18 to 44, but now if you see the increase of the age bracket is 35 to 55 and 60. And if you take a look, they are the decision makers who have the money, who are taking decisions. Yes, the only challenges they are having, most of them don't understand the technology, how the smartphone works, how the internet works, but I think they will figure it out within next 6 months or to 8 months. So if once they will figure it out, you can imagine there's a lot of buyers suddenly in Facebook who have the capabilities of buying properties, buying premium stuff. Okay, so this is what is kind of like a with logic I mentioned you. Now take a look to the numbers. If I give you a numbers of IQI only,
Okay.
because that's what we can know and
Yeah.
justify better than any other industry. So in
Yeah.
IQI last year, Yusuf, we got around 2,000 leads from TikTok.
Wow. Nice.
2,000 leads from TikTok. So if you ask me, beginning of 2021, Norid, is TikTok will be one of the key platform for us? Maybe I would say no. But
Hmm.
at the end of the year, we see the massive change in TikTok. And nowadays, I started using TikTok not as a user, but to consume the content. And I'm telling you, it's the experience is fantastic. Once you start getting and you start watching the videos, you cannot leave the TikTok before 30, 40 minutes. So TikTok can be another platform we should look at in 2022. And the last platform which I want to mention to you, as a business owner or a business person like you, like us, we always focus about the result and the quality
That's
leads,
right.
right?
That's right.
In last year, according to 2021, we saw the best conversion we got from Google advertisement. So TikTok give us the highest number of leads, but not the quality leads. The
That's right.
quality lead was 20-30%. But when it comes about the Google ads, we got 50% qualified leads or quality leads. And that shows that how powerful Google ads is. Yes, it's expensive. It don't work the way we see the ads work in Facebook or TikTok, but it gives you probably lesser leads, but the best leads. So 2022, I think if you're a marketer, the platform you should look at definitely Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and TikTok. But alongside with it, if you're from Canada or US, I think Pinterest can be something really
Oh,
interesting.
really?
Yes, Yusuf, I saw a data. A lot of Canadians, around 25% Canadians now using Pinterest, and the age bracket that makes me more excited. The age bracket is 16 to 26 now. So that means
Nice.
this generation start using it, and then they will get older, and then another generation will start using it. So if you take a look, I think within 1 or 2 years, Pinterest can be really an interesting platform. And Pinterest also introduce advertisement platform. So I think if I sum it up, definitely Facebook and Instagram, and then Google Ads, TikTok ads, and then for Canada, I think it's Pinterest.
Very, very interesting, Norid, what you mentioned about the metaverse. I'll say that. So the experience we had. We actually had a metaverse meeting on the
Yes, yes,
last
yes.
week at the IQ thing. The experience was very different. I would say that because all of a sudden you could feel that you're already in there. How the technology will proceed. Will know that. So metaverse is definitely something. Meta world is very interesting. TikTok, you mentioned the thing. We started at IQI Canada having some TikTok videos now. Our digital team said, let's start doing some TikTok videos. And good, I'm experiencing some of the TikTok videos which we're doing it professionally. And on that, it's kind of good because the response we're getting is really amazing on that.
Right,
So very interesting to know that how the technology and the platforms to watch, as you rightly said, so many of the platforms to watch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google Ads. I must say that Google Ads, what we are
right,
experiencing with our lead generation as well, we are seeing a big difference between the quality leads and the number of leads which you're getting on that. So, having said that, with the platforms to watch, data is always plays a very important role in marketing. So my question to you is that why data will play an important role in marketing and tech in 2022?
So, but that's a very good question, an interesting question, because if you take a look how technology is evolving and why technology can evolve, or why people are into like different technologies. So before they introduce any kind of technology, so by they use data.
Yeah,
They use data. So that's how the technology is evolving. And when technology is evolving, marketing is evolving as well. Like I can't remember that I saw something like that 4 or 5 years before, that when people are running ads and seeing the data too much. But nowadays people are actually running ads and checking the data on a regular basis, and not only the data you can see from the top on to the surface level, they're actually deep diving. Like say, for if I give an example of like IQI Canada, previously we just want to see that okay, how many leads we got and what is the cost for per lead, that's it. But now we see like how many quality leads we got, which are the platform, which areas we are coming in. If it's
that's
from
right.
Ontario, which are the areas from Ontario it's coming in, and is like male or female, what kind of age we're looking at. So like the more data we are getting, and more data giving us the ideas and insight, and we're implementing it in your next ad, it's getting better. So certainly if you see the advertisement is getting better by the help of data. So it's just like a simple example. And the metaverse we discussed, I'm pretty sure before Facebook or Microsoft throw it to us, they have done tons of research. They try to see how people will accept it, because there's no point of like creating a product and introducing it if it cannot sustain. And yes, as I told you, like so by I'm that kind of a person who love to meet people and love to see the people. But I know my sister who is younger than me, or my nephews who's like only 7 8 years old, they have their own zone into the online, and he prefers more because the way we brought up, we had the
Yeah,
human interaction, we
true,
saw the bonding. So that's why that's the standard we have in our mind. It's very hard to go out from there. But my nephew, he never saw that. I'm pretty sure for your son or for the next generation, they all in a different case. So sometimes we get upset, but I think we shouldn't get upset. We have to accept this is what is happening, and it's just like I cannot accept because the way I brought up, I feel like this is not probably right. We always have a
true.
jokes to say Yusuf
Yeah,
bhai, when we are in school. I don't know. I think you also have the same feeling. So when you move to standard 6 to standard 7, and then you feel like, oh, when I was in standard 6, it was more fun. Now it is standard 6,
true,
people are not fun. But actually
true,
the fun is still there. But the way you were in standard 6, you want to see the existing standard 6 in the same way.
true,
So when you
true,
don't see it, you feel like, oh, in our times we celebrate Raya in different way, we celebrate Eid in a
true,
different way. So it's not
true,
like they're
true.
not celebrating, they're celebrating in their own way. And as it's not familiar with us, we feel like this is not great, they don't understand how to enjoy life. But I'm telling you, they're doing it, and they're more data driven, they're
Yeah,
more like smart, and they know what they're doing with their life. So I think what I was saying, Isubhai, so data is certainly playing a role to bringing the technologies and making impact in our advertisement, in our business. You show me one place where data is now working. And on top of that, Isubhai, I want to add one more thing, as I know a lot of Canadian students watch these shows as well. So if you ask me now that which career we should go right now,
yeah,
because digital marketing was a buzz for like last 5 6 years, and I think we
yeah.
have produced a lot of digital marketeer all across the globe. But now if you ask me which career people should go for, I think they should go for data. Trust me, it
Nice.
will be it will be one of the life changing stuff, because right now data people start like taking it. We still don't know how to use it properly, except few companies. But I think Google, Facebook, Microsoft showed us that how data can bring new
True.
technology. So if you see after 5 years, definitely if you studied on data science or data analytics, you'll be someone who will be on top of the career.
Amazing. Very, very well said, Norit. Data has become so important that even at Juwai IQI, we look at a lot of things in terms of the data analysis, looking at the buying trends and things like that. When it comes to the kids part, I really like what you said. We may think that they're not enjoying the same way when it happens, because now, the kids are always in the video game. When I talk to my sons, like, you guys on the video games, and we were actually going and playing soccer and cricket outside on that, and they're doing the same thing. Actually, they're playing the soccer, but they're playing it on the new FIFA and the PlayStation 4, 5, 6, whatever generation is coming on that. But as you rightly said, that is also technology which they have adopted on that. It's not that they're not having fun, but
Yes.
things change. In our times, probably, that was our data or our technology of going out and using with the friends. I still remember the first Game and Watch which came in. That was really
Yeah.
exciting because you
Yeah.
could actually play. It was a King Kong or something like that. You could keep playing it for hours on that. So now if I look at that, that came in, like, in the 80s and 90s on that. But now I'm looking at the kids; they are so much technology driven. And then, yes, data is something which is really playing a very important role and will play a very important role in future as well. Having
Okay.
said that about it, and I'd like to talk about, because for our team and for all the realtors who are listening to us, that how data can be beneficial to real estate professionals.
So, by you already experienced it, but let me tell you a little bit what you said just now. That in IQI, the best part of working with IQI, that we always try to, like accept what is positive and what's happening into the technology industry. And I don't see not a lot of companies can do that. So if you see, I think we are one of the few companies who actually see the buying trends in different countries. Like the business trends, the revenue trends. So I think, and we can see some, as we have the data. Like I still remember Kashif was saying it, that when he started real estate business in Malaysia, everyone was saying him, "Are you crazy? Are you mad? Why you're doing real estate business in Malaysia?" But he is someone who was worked in this industry, and he got some data and fact, and he got the gut feelings. So he goes for it and he makes it successful. So I think when it comes about the real estate, the data is the most important. Why? The first thing, if you want to sell a unit or if you want to sell a project, you need to have an idea that last previous 5 years, what is the trend in this particular area. The rental yields is going up or going down, the price is going up or down. So say for if every 5 years we saw the prices going up, that means most likely the life cycle is probably say for 7 8 years. So that means another 2 3 years, mathematically it will go up, and the
Yeah,
trends will be like that. And if you see the rental yields is goes down, and if you see the statistics that every 3 years it goes down, and then after every 3 years it goes up, so you can tell your client that, hey, if you see the trends the last 10 years, after every 3 years it goes up, so now it's time to go up again, so you can invest on it. So this is one part of, like, when you're selling the property, right? Now it comes about market yourself. So we all do the personal branding, we all do like advertisement, and over there, if you don't understand the numbers, then it's very hard to get it yourself. But like, I was
true.
talking with someone, I'm not telling you the name, but I'm talking with someone, and he said, Norid, I spend around $1,000 per month. So if I convert it to ringgit to dollar, Canadian
Yeah,
dollar, 1,000 Canadian dollar, and nowadays I don't get enough results. So I asked him that, okay, how much leads or inquiries you used to get
yeah.
previously? And he said 50 leads. I said, how many inquiries, how many messages and engagement? He cannot say. He said, I don't know. But when I check his data, he's actually getting around 125 leads. But as he don't check the data, he don't know. He thought 50 only,
Ah,
because he don't know
okay.
how to select the time frame. Because if you don't select a time frame, you cannot see all the numbers, right?
True, true,
So
true.
you see, he got the data, he didn't use it, and he was giving me a wrong data. And because of that, we have a wrong perception. So if you don't know the problem, you cannot solve the problem.
Great.
So there was a second thing. So if you run the advertisement or do the social media marketing, like how we know that IQI Canada is doing fantastic with the live videos, because we saw the numbers, we saw the people's responses. We used to get probably 1 or 2 messages previously per
True,
month. Now we
true,
get 20, 30 messages per
true.
month. So that certainly shows that we are into the right direction, right? So this is about buying, selling a property, and then marketing. And if you now see, so by everything goes digital, right?
True,
So if you put your listing to anywhere, it's in IQI or Juwai IQI or anywhere, if you don't see that how many people actually saw your listing,
true, true.
you will not get in any idea that is it a good platform or not, because everyone say like we are number one, we are best, but I think the number needs to speak for yourself. So that's the reason I think the data should be a part and parcel of like every real estate professional, because from they wake up to till they sleep, everything they're doing involves with minor to major data. And
True.
a lot of apps are now available to find out those data. If you want to like get some data, you can buy it. If it's about buying or selling a property, if it's about seeing the advertisement, you can use the third party app. So personally I feel you, so by you should see it. Even like sometimes by seeing the keyword trends, Google have an option called Google Trends.
Yeah,
So if you go to Google Trends, if you write real estate buy, and then you can see what's the trend is going on for like last three
yes.
months in Ontario. That will give you an idea, is it a right time to sell and talk about real estate, or you should give a pause and come back after a month. So data, Yusuf bhai, I think from except the time they're sleeping till they're waking up, data is should be their part and parcel of their life.
Couldn't agree more than what you're saying, because data has really become a very important aspect in every sort of a buying decision, and in terms of real estate, especially if are related to that. Very well said. When you're running out any ads, you're putting up your property on that. You want to know, sir, how many people are getting engaged into that data. You may have just one property which you just put into the market, but when you're seeing that how many people are actually engaging in that particular post, you will see that what people are looking for. Just to give an example, one of our agents who recently posted up a listing, a few days ago, she actually sold it. And she said, like, as soon as she put her Facebook post about the property, all of a sudden she was not only getting people inquiries, but one of her own friends have actually sent her a message. Oh, you are in real estate now, so good to know. She's just new agent, and they said, oh, by the way, where is this property? I'd like to come and have a look at the view. And that's from by itself, and seeing that how many people have actually viewed that video, and from the people she's getting it and the kind of engagement you're getting, I think data is playing a very, very important role in our lives, as you rightly said.
Yeah.
At Juwai
Yusuf bhai,
IQI, yes,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
please
so
go ahead.
I want to add something in here. That's a very good thing you mentioned. Like, a lot of time we do a Facebook live or do an advertisement and we see the numbers are not great, and then we get
That's right.
upset. But if I tell you my behavior, so as a marketer, I know if I click on any ad, I can get retarget. So what I do when I see an
True.
ad and if I like it, I take the screenshot. So say if
Yes,
I want to
true.
buy a phone or buy a camera, like recent experience, I want to buy a camera. I see an ad, I took the screenshot and I call them, and I see which shop they have it. I go to that shop, I experience it, and now I'm considering to buy it. So if you see from the
Lovely.
advertisement perspective, it's a failed advertisement, right? I didn't
Yes,
click or I didn't buy, but actually I got involved with the advertisement. My actions
beautiful.
I've taken in a differently. So what she said absolutely true. Sometimes when we do a Facebook live or we do a Facebook posting, we feel like, oh, okay, only 10 people see, but probably among that 10 people, by seeing your profile, he's checking your property into your portal and probably calling you. And that's the beauty of the technology, that's the power of technology.
Very, very well said. And again, I just remember one more thing while from this conversation. I was talking to one of our agents who has joined, and the first question I normally ask our agents, like, how did you find out about us? What were you looking at it? The guy said, you know what? I was looking at your Facebook live talks. I went to the IQI Canada profile. I went to the IQI Global profile, and see that how active you guys are on social media and what you guys are doing in the whole team concept. And the guy, that person, so now he's an agent, now he's in our checklist, and he's liked our page. Before, they didn't like the page, or he was not a part of it. But again, as you rightly said, people are looking at you, they are analyzing it. They may not be telling you immediately on that, but there are people who are watching you now, who are watching you later, who are actually looking at it. And as you rightly said, even if you are, I would say, even if you're sleeping, there's still the data is still going on. So by the time you get up,
Exactly.
you got to get up and see, oh, what exactly happened? How many people have got engaged in my post? So that's how important the data is.
And even you remember, like when we ask you first to do the live and then do the videos. You are very not sure about it, but
Yeah.
we saw your LinkedIn and we said like, Yusuf bhai, you should go for it because we can see the connections you have, the type of connections you have. So the data we can see. So you can see if you post something that will definitely add value. So yes, that's how it works.
No, no, you know what? No, I want to say that all our digital marketing team, especially you, the push, which we got and all the other countries are getting is really amazing because, Juwai IQI is so much technology focused, and we are looking and we're doing so much advertising in terms of the social media and the PR reach. I mean, you guys are doing a really an amazing job, and that is the reason we are seeing a very steady growth, in terms of our numbers as well. Having said that, I still
Yes.
would like to hear from you that how IQI is going to make an impact on this industry by technology and the marketing power of IQI.
So, Yusubai, like it's not because I work in IQI. Even if I don't work at IQI, I must say it. IQI is one of the few company who is ready to adapt anything. You know, when the new thing comes in, it's not easy to make decisions. But
Yeah,
I'm very fortunate that we work with a good core leadership team. They would like to take the risk because a lot of people I see, they think, oh, if I adapt it, if it don't gets right, what will happen? But
that's true.
when Nabil, Kashif, or Daniel talks, they feel like, okay, we will adapt it. If it goes wrong, we will sort it out later. And I
Amazing.
think that's the mentality is taking Juwai IQI to the next level because initially, first, I was also thinking, why they're thinking like that? Why they're not analyzing it? But I think the first mover advantage, and then not only first mover advantage, the second thing is having the mindset of
Yeah,
like accepting the thing. That's very rare into this industry. A lot of people in leaders said, oh, we are very open, we adapt everything, but when it comes about adapting, they're very skeptical and they don't want to take the decision. So that's the first thing. And IQI definitely will make an impact in 2022 with the technology because, as you just mentioned, we already experienced metaverse
beautiful.
in January, right?
Yes.
Even though I think a lot of companies still thinking what
Yeah,
it is, and they just read it from the article, but we literally have the hands-on experience what it is. We know how it tests right now. And when you know how it tests, then the next part you're going to think how I can implement into my business to take it to the
true.
next level. And
True.
another example why I'm so sure that 2022 IKEA will make a difference with the technology, when the first pandemic hits, Yusubhai, in
20.
2020, right?
Yeah. March
2020
20.
March,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have the lockdown in Malaysia. So I still remember 10, 15 days ago, Nabil, Daniel, and Kashif was discussing, and they told the video team to have the 360 recording of all the projects we have.
Wow.
So you see, like it's like the a step ahead thinking. So
Yes.
and on that time, everyone was thinking, why we're going to now record all this project 360? The lockdown is only for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's right.
But then the lockdown becomes for like 3 months, and I think we are the
Yeah.
only company who can show you the property because we have recorded into 360-degree
Lovely.
format. So we see it on 2020. We saw some steps in 2021 and 2022. I'm telling you, it will be no different. And because the way Atlas is developing, Atlas
Yes.
having the new features, like you can automate your landing page, you can automate your videos. In future, you can automate your short captions as well. So your marketing needs, your financial needs, all into like one platform. So the way we are developing Atlas, I'm telling you, so 2022 will be one of the crucial year for IQI, and we will change the game, especially in the Southeast Asia, how we use technology for real estate. We already changing the game, but I think 2022 will make some great mark because the plan I saw Nabil had for Atlas and the vision
Amazing.
Daniel, Shahid, Nabil, Kashif and Sheila had alongside the people like with you and all the country leaders. I think 2022 will be great because one thing is, Subhai, it's not only about the leaders sometimes. So say for when we said that we want to do the metaverse, I don't see any of the country leaders or agents that they say like I don't want to do it.
True.
It happens the other way around. Oh, let's do it now. Do it like everyone like just jump in. Doesn't matter whichever is your time zone, whichever country you belong. So I think that's what is going to really makes the difference. And as I said, at last, our technology. I cannot give you a lot of detail in publicly,
Yeah.
But whoever joins IQI, they all know how powerful Atlas is and how we can make a difference with the Atlas.
So, Jonathan, Atlas, what you just now mentioned, and normally we mention this to our agents who are joining us, is one of the most powerful tools which we have got, and is making life so much easy for the real estate agents that it is something which I can very much vouch for that nobody has it. And the way we are improving it every time. So this is what the feedback I get from my team. They said, every time we log on to Atlas, we see some new feature on it. So that shows that how much the company is spending on the technology side of it. Just to give a little glimpse of what we are doing at IQI Canada, we have specific templates which we have created for our agents, the marketing templates, the branding templates. The projects are there, which is literally a of a button away, the landing pages. And these are the tools which is required by the real estate agents in today's market, because if you're going to go and try to invent something and try to take in the technology and try to put it together on that. So this is where IQI, forward thinking comes into place, where we are already ahead of the game. Even before people could even think about what's going to happen, we're already there. As you rightly said, the metaverse, people are still thinking about it. Even before the Facebook came in the metaverse, we were still talking about the meta warriors on that. I remember with Daniel
Yes,
having a terrific Mondays. We were talking about the metaverse, and then meta warriors, and then the metaverse came in, and that experience by itself of doing it on that, and I was really happy to see that all the other country has who were coming in. Some of them were saying, "Oh, you know what? We can't find the Oculus; it's out of stock." And I was actually
exactly.
lucky enough to have it, because in Canada also we could not get it. So I was traveling to the US and I ordered it over there to be a part of the technology. So that's how important we take as technology, and so many powerful tools which we got at IQI. And a lot more is going to happen in 2022. I'm very excited about it, and really thank you so much for all the tech talks we're doing and all the technology support which is being provided by you. So anything else you
Yeah.
want to add, Norit?
Yusuf, I just want to add something what you were saying about the landing page and everything. I just want to give all the viewers who are watching this, especially if you are considering joining any real estate company, why, how Atlas is, like making the difference. So say for example, we had a agent and he wants to do a landing page and he spent around like $300 to make it,
Wow.
and then he was not happy and the
Yes.
landing page was really crap. So in IQI, it's just a matter of a click. It saves your $300 and it's
Yes.
customizable. You want videos, videos are ready. Click it, your name and your pictures and your numbers will appear. It will save, not only save your money, because as in IQI, we don't see money as a big factor, we see time as a big factor, because every time we are saving you, you can invest into something, selling a property, consult someone else. So I think whenever anyone is considering to join a real estate agent, you should join wisely, because you need to
Yeah.
see, is it helping to save your time? Because that time you can rest, you can take care of your family, or
True.
you can do more sales. And the second thing, is it saving your money or not? So I'm not only talking about what you can earn, I'm just showing you what you can save and the time you can save. So I think, Yusubhai, like I'm very excited for 2022 and the way we are evolving. I think it will be a game changer year for us. And let's finger cross and let's make it happen.
Absolutely. And before we go, you just reminded me of a very a good thing. Just about in October, November, talking about the landing pages, I was actually at a dinner party and I was talking to somebody and they were just discussing about generally about project which is getting launched. So the guy said, "Oh, by the way, these projects are already getting launched." I said, "Yeah, okay, here's my email address. Can you just send it to me tomorrow?" I said, "No, why tomorrow?" So I opened my app list right then and there, and I transferred that landing page to the person, and the guy's like, "Okay, you got the information here." I said, "Wait a second, let me send you the flyer as well." So while we were at the party, we discussed the whole thing. He was able to open it, and he was so excited. He was like, "What? Are you serious? I mean, you're telling me you're not going to be sending me this out and it's already there?" I said, "It's on your phone, it's on your WhatsApp. Take your time so that when you go home, you don't have to wait for my email if it gets there or not." So,
Exactly.
as you said, saving on time and being at the right place, making the right decision makes a lot of difference. So, with this note, everybody, please take care of that. Thank you very much, Norit. Always a pleasure talking to you. Really appreciate. We are all excited for 2022, and I definitely look forward doing more and more sessions with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zubai. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Bye.